Emmanuel Macron is a jumped-up Napoleon using the Brexit fishing route to win the French presidential election. That is the view of a voter speaking after the Conservative Party victory in the Old Bexley and Sidcup by-election. Retired civil servant Bob Byrne described the dispute over the granting of fishing licenses between the UK and France as nothing more than hot air, with Macron and the Tories flexing their muscles. He said, "Johnson ought to get his tugs on and get in the ring with Macron. They're just two politicians making a lot of noise. Their day will come, their day will go." Macron is rather a jumped-up Napoleon. He's a short man and his wife is taller than he is. He's got a big ego and he's trying to win his election. He may do it on the back of making enough noise over fisheries policy. But fisheries policy in the British and French scheme of things is literally small fry. France has accused the UK of failing to meet its commitments under the EU trade deal by issuing licenses to vessels which have accessed British waters in the past. Paris said if more permits were not granted by December 10 it would take matters into its own hands by blocking ports and increasing customs checks on goods destined for the UK. The British government insists its approach on fisheries licensing has been reasonable and fully in line with commitments. It reports licensing almost 1,700 EU vessels, pledging to continue considering evidence in support of remaining applications. EU boats have to show that they fished in UK waters each year between 2012 and 2016 to be granted permission. But some skippers who fished UK waters during that period have been denied licenses because they now own new boats. The historical permission could be transferred to the replacement vessels under a potential agreement between both countries. Elizabeth Murray, who manages Bexley Country Market, dismissed the disagreement, saying there have been rows overfishing in British waters for decades. She said, "There's always been arguments over fishing rights. I remember the Cod Wars. This refers to the series of confrontations over fishing rights in the North Atlantic between the UK and Iceland spanned the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Elizabeth said, "To be honest, it goes on. Either it's Brexit or it's as it was before." Retired refrigeration engineer Michael Bull joked, "There's always a row with the French, isn't there?" Barbara Deitch, who runs Barbara Jane Hairdressers in Bexley High Street, wished for a better relationship between the UK and France. But by the end of this week, the French president had accused London of failing to keep its word on the licenses and called out the UK government for not doing what it says it will. France's EU Minister, Clément Beaune, joined the pile on, saying he would ask the EU Commission to announce litigation if the fishing issue was not resolved by Friday evening. He added Britain not accepting the EU Commission's deadline was not a sign of trust.